So it's me, I'm back here doing another YouTube video. So hi. I wanted to address a little issue that I've been noticing whenever I go shopping, like specifically food shopping. Has anyone here in the UK who's of Afro-Caribbean descent, or even if you're African, have you noticed how tropical sun is taking over the whole of the UK? And I mean the whole of the UK. Like, for God's sake. So, point an example. Me and my mum went Christmas shopping today. Well, not to buy any presents, just to buy some food, because, you know, we ain't gonna be cooking December 25th, and we ain't gonna be cooking December 26th, because that is family time, you know? Family time. We're going around to me, mum, you know, going around to our family for dinner this year. So, and one thing that I've noticed is when we get to the West Indian aisle in Asda, for example, I see tropical sun taking over the whole aisle, and there is like Dunn's River is like a small section like this, and it is just their seasonings. That's it. Dunn's River jerk seasoning is gone. Dunn's River seasoning in the packets has gone. It's only the little what do you call it now? It's only the I can't even think what it's called now. Oh gosh, what do you call it? But yeah, there is a Dunn's River product, but it's like in a like those sea salt containers. That's it. Yeah, it's like in a little container. It's like this big. It's like that big, but you do get a lot of seasoning in that. That's all they have. They have all-purpose seasoning, chicken seasoning, but it's like that's all they have. They used to have the jerk seasonings there as well. There used to be a whole range of Dunn's River produce in Asda, and now it is limited to just the seasonings. And me and my mum was having this conversation. My mum was cussing, saying, "Oh, look at all these tropical sun products anyway. What's happened to all the other ones? You don't see Grace products anymore. You barely see any Dunn's River products apart from that. But even when we go into the one-stop market, where when you go into the one-stop market, and there is this Caribbean place there where they sell food." And even in there, like you'll see on their shelves, they have tropical sun produce. I mean, I was thinking to myself, what is this madness? Now, for those who don't know, Tropical Sun is an Asian-owned company, and Asda must be doing this for economic value, because I cannot think of the reason why. There is no other products apart from Tropical Sun. It's like Asians are taking over that whole section. And the funny thing is, we know for a fact that these Asian people are not hiring no black people to produce their stuff, which to produce here in the UK. They're not hiring no black people, but yet, as there in all these other places, I mean, you can go to Russell's in Lazelles, you can go to Russell's, you will find the exact same thing. Tropical Sun is there. It's in Asda, it's in Tesco, it's in Russell's, it's in that Caribbean place, it's everywhere. It is very rare now here in the UK to find a place where they're not doing Tropical Sun. It is like everywhere. Tropical Sun cream coconut, Tropical Sun mac and cheese, Tropical Sun cheese, Tropical Sun seasoning, Tropical Sun popcorn, like popcorn, miras. But you know what? Never mind. Tropical Sun popcorn. I was like, is it blood cleats? What do you mean Tropical Sun popcorn? What people can do with that though? Ugh. But anyway, excuse me, the accent comes out at times, but it is literally everywhere. Now, for those of you who don't know, if Asian people are taking over everything, and I mean literally everything. I mean, it's very hard now to even find a hair shop to get your products, to get your hair grease, your shampoo, your conditioner, without having to go to an Asian owned hair shop, because they're literally everywhere. It's so hard to find a black owned business, and sometimes there are black owned businesses, as in black owned as in face value only, but really it's the Asian people who are behind those strings. They just put a black person in the shop just to make it look like they're in control. You're not in control of nothing. You're not in control of nothing. There are a lot of actually restaurants, and and Caribbean takeouts where there are black people who work in the shop, but it's really Asian people who own it, and they just put the black people in there so that black consumers can feel comfortable going in there. Oh yeah, let me spend my money in there, you know. Oh, me see me black person there, you know. Me gonna buy me oxtail and rice and me fried chicken and me mac and cheese and whatever. And then next thing you know, another Asian, then you find out that, oh yeah, an Asian person owns it, and you know that your money is not going towards those black people who work in that shop. No, it's going towards the person who owns the shop. Yeah. So this is a very complex thing, economics. I mean, I don't even really understand the full logistics of it myself, to be quite honest. But what I do understand is Asian people are the number one, I have to say. From what I've observed, white people are number one when it comes to business. Asian people are definitely number two. Or they're not at least tied at number one with white people, because the way Asian people operates, they won't just open one little shop. They will open multiple shops, and they own them all, and then they hire people in their community to run these shops. They're not hiring other people from outside of their community. No, they're hiring their brothers, they're hiring their sons, they're hiring their uncles, whatever, to run these shops. That's how they circulate their money between them. You know, that's how they circulate their money. And that's exactly why I think Tropical Sun is able to hijack the whole black community, because it's everywhere. Because basically, Tropical Sun produce is actually quite cheap. It is not expensive compared to Dunn's River and Grace produce. They are quite expensive. Tropical Sun is a lot cheaper. Asda is very smart. It's thinking to myself, now, who am I going to put in my shop again now? I'm trying to expand the Caribbean aisle in our shop. Who am I going to put in there? Who's actually cheaper? Tropical Sun is cheaper, so that's who's going to be number one. That's who's going to have the majority of the shelf space. Tropical Sun. No, it's not going to be Dunn's River, because you're too expensive. I'm not putting you in my shop. It's like this. If people are not buying things, then the shop that has those products in them does not have any benefit to keep it in there. It's not benefiting them at all. So what they do is they get rid of it. Yeah, they get rid of it all, and then they put another product in that they know is actually selling. So like Tropical Sun sells because it's cheap. That's what appeals to black people. That cheap product that they can put, so they have something to feed their family, you know. And I don't blame them for that at all. But then it's like, because this Tropical Sun is taking over the shelf space, it's like Dunn's River is just like being squeezed. And what most people don't realise is Dunn's River is actually under Grace. Now Grace is like a huge manufacturer. If you don't know about Grace, oh my god, like back in the 90s they used to have this advertisement that came on in Jamaica called Grace Cock Soup. That's that same company that's running Dunn's River. It's the same company now. Don't quote me, I think Grace is black owned. So I think Grace company is black owned. I'm not sure, but I will find out. But I think Grace is black owned. But Grace has been operating for years. But now you're not even seeing, like, they operate their own produce called just Grace, and then they have Dunn's River as well, which is under the Grace manufacturer as well. So like it's basically like a sister company. The same thing that happened to Sheer Moisture. its sister company was what's it called now? I think their sister company was called Nubian Heritage or something like that. I think that's their sister company. So it's basically I gotta stop saying basically, but it's essentially like that. When you have sister companies, they operate together. And that's how they make their money. But now Tropical Sun is eating away at their money because it's basically bigger, it's cheaper, it's more economically friendly for Asda. They can put it in there and they know it will sell because it's so cheap. And this is the thing, if you are cheap, you're going to sell. If you're a bit more on the pricey side, you're not going to sell. So therefore, Asda's gonna be like, bye, you're not staying in my shop no more, you know? So but it's disturbing because it's like black people have been working so hard to get a foothold on the market and the economy, having their business, having their products and produce in these shops like Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's, all these type of shops. And now they've been told that we no longer want your produce in our shops. That's essentially what's happening. But Asian people can have that foothold, and it's like we are being excluded. We have been excluded from that market, and it is so sad to see. We are always trying to get a foothold on that market, and now we're losing our footing. It's like Tropical Sun has these brand new ice skates on, and they can go perfectly along the ice and nobody else, but we just wearing trainers. We're wearing trainers on ice. And so therefore we're gonna keep slipping, and this is what's happening, we're sliding back. But this is exactly why I keep saying we need to support more black owned businesses so we can circulate the money for our community. So even if our products are not being sold in Asda and Tesco, we can still buy them from other places where it's black owned people. It's not just black people in the shops just fronting. It's actually some of them are actually who own the businesses as well, you know. We need as a community to come together and find a way to resolve the issues that we have with supporting black owned businesses. Work more on more on consumer friendliness, because I'm sorry to say, some of you, when we go into these Caribbean food shops, that screw face, listen, behave yourself now, stop it. No. Because even though it may only be like 3 of you, that will be enough to turn someone away for life. And I've seen it happen. So yeah, these are the things we need to work on. Come together more as a community, have more unification, support one another, and stop letting others dictate how we spend our money. Yeah? Stop spending so much money on these other businesses and start spending more money on we businesses, you know? Spend money on we also business. And I think that's how we can be more, we can have a sustainable future for our children, our children's children. But then again, once we've reached a plateau, I think we need to seriously have a conversation about possibly moving back home. Yeah, moving back to our communities back home. It may not solve everything, but I think for some people it may actually work out for the best for them to move back home. Now, wherever home is, whether that's one of the several countries in the Caribbean, or whether your home is one of the countries in Africa. If it is feasible for you to move home and you want to move home, find out how you can do it. Find out how long it's going to take you to save. And when you're ready, feel free. So this is just my thoughts on the whole Tropical Sun, because it's really annoying me to see it everywhere, and I'm no longer seeing Dunn's River. And to be fair, Tropical Sun produce, you may be cheap, but that's the point. You're cheaper. You're cheap na ass. But Dunn's River products taste better. Grace products taste better. You know? So Tropical Sun, that you can take over all the aisles you want to. Your food not taste that good anyway. So, alright?